Coach Aileen, why do we make bad choices in love? Hey guys, welcome to Fall in Love Friday live on YouTube. These are weekly episodes where I answer the most common questions that I get throughout the week. And for those who are new here, welcome. And for those who are regular students of Love and Life, welcome back. And I'm so happy that you are here. So just to let you know, those especially for those who are new here coming in to Fall in Love Friday, this is your relationship coach Aileen Santos, and my background is in counseling psychology. I have master's degree in that. I am also a registered guidance counselor and a certified professional coach. So the reason why I start off with this is that I want to assure you that the love tips that you will get here, the love lessons that you will get here, they are based in psychology. They are based on what actually works in the dynamics of the relationships of men and women. So welcome to these love lessons. And my goal is really to help singles learn love facts versus love fiction so you can enjoy happier love stories in real life. And one of the things that has been bothering a lot of people right now, that's why I've been getting several questions connected to this issue, connected to this topic. Coach Aileen, why do we make bad choices in love? Now, just to let you know, I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of email and all of these other stuff, and of course, I can't always attend to all of them because I have coaching sessions, one on one sessions, and not everyone can be my client. So, the reason why I'm doing these Fall in Love Friday sessions here live on YouTube is that I want to address these questions and help more people gain more insights and love lessons into their love life. So, these were just some of the situations. I'm reading it from my laptop right now. Some of the situations that I have been getting from messages. So, one girl says, Coach Eileen, we have told our friend that her boyfriend is not good for her and she won't listen. Okay, so that's one. Maybe you can relate to that. Okay, and also another thing, Coach Aileen, my relationships keep ending the same way and my heart is getting tired. Okay, so that's so sad. I don't want you to reach that point of heart exhaustion. So I am hoping that if you could relate to this, then you are also watching this so that you can get these love lessons. And Coach Aileen, is there something wrong with me? So this is, a really important question that I need to answer, which is why in order to answer this topic of why we make bad choices in love, I will present to you in this episode of Fall in Love Friday 5 common reasons why we make not so good relationship choices and what we can do about it. So, I hope that you sit back and you are able to listen and relax and really absorb these love lessons. But first of all, I'm going to say hi to Rebecca. Hi, Ate Becca. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here live, Ate Becca. And yes, please do interact with me in the comments section if you have insights, if you have insights that you are getting from our episode. Yes, please do share them. Please say hi. I love it when you say hi. But even if you're watching the replay, I am still happy that you are here learning these love lessons with me. So please share this video, tag your friends in these love lessons, and post your aha insights and follow-up questions in the comments, because from your questions I might build on them and turn them into future episodes. So, again, why do we make bad choices in love is our big question. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the 5 common reasons that we make not so good relationship choices and what we can do about it. All right. So, the big insight that I want you guys to remember is this: when we have truly learned from our mistake, we no longer need to keep making the same mistake. Okay, I want you to read that again slowly. Okay, so when you have truly learned from your mistake, you no longer need to keep making the same mistake. Okay, so this is an important lesson for love and for life, because it's been said that in life it's the opposite of in school. In school, you learn the lesson and then you take the test. But in life, and of course, love and relationships, they are part of life. In When you are experiencing the test, you are actually learning the lesson. But not a lot of people know how to extract the lesson from the test and from the experience. So I really encourage you to have this big insight because this will empower you. It means that you don't have to keep bumping into the same mistakes over and over as long as you are able to learn from that mistake. And it's okay to make new mistakes, but when you are really learning from the old mistakes, then you are better off now than you were before. All right. So I'm like I promised, I'm going to share with you five common reasons that we make not so good relationship choices. There are a lot of reasons, but we only have a few minutes here in this episode. So I'm going to go through the five most common ones. So, number one, bad love choices. Reason number one, we did not have good and clear examples of how to make better decisions. Okay. So, um, I think I'm part of this singles group in called subtle Asian traits, subtle Asian dating. And I think it's a common thing in Asian culture where parents sort of tell their kids, okay, no relationships yet, okay, in high school. And then in college, no relationships yet. And then right after college, they ask, okay, so where's your boyfriend? When are you getting married? All right. So the reason why I'm pointing this out is that if we were not exposed to making good relationship choices, clear examples, and we were not even practicing good relationship choices growing up. And when I say relationships, it's not just romantic relationships. Friendships are also good relationships, right? They should be good relationships. So if growing up, let's use this metaphor, okay? If you were never given any allowance or money growing up, how can people expect you to know how to spend money wisely? Okay, how can they expect you to learn how to uh, really manage your finances wisely when you never had money to manage to begin with? Because when you turn 18 or whatever coming of age you're supposed to have, you do not magically get all of these powers of decision making. No, you really build them slowly but surely, which is why in the same way, we need to have seen good and clear examples of how to make better decisions, especially in our love lives. And sad to say, but I need to point this fact out. A lot of parents have messed up choices as well, have made, okay, I'm not trying to, I'm erase that, not messed up, but have made mistakes in relationships as well. So this is not a judgment, it's a fact. And if parents have made these mistakes, then it's okay. You can still you can if you're a parent and you made mistakes in your own relationships, it doesn't mean that you have no right to guide your offspring towards better relationship decisions, but you need to be able to set an example, a clear example to the next generation about how to make better relationship decisions moving forward. Because if they don't see this, just like with friendships, just that simple fact of how do we choose good friends. So we need to be able to see people, our authority figures, our role models, choosing good friends, having good relationships, so that we can understand what are the things that are needed to make good relationship decisions for ourselves. Okay, so here's the good news though, we have more access to information now. So if even if you came from a background or a family situation where relationship choices were not so ideal, the the sad the sad reality is that we need to accept is that our parents did not have the information that we do have now. So this is not to villainize our parents or our families of origin. They were only doing the best that they could with the information that they had. But now that we do have access to more information now, so we have workshops. I conduct workshops. We have workshops. We have videos like this. We have YouTube. We have all these other sources of information. It is no longer an excuse to say that, oh, I did not have enough information. So because the information is there, we need to pick the good ones. And when we know better, then we know that we can do better. So that is the good news. So even though we came from not so good examples of relationship choices, we can say that we are going to make a difference in our own lives. The mistakes stop with us. And moving forward, we are going to make better choices for ourselves and for the next generation. Okay. So there. So that is the reason number one and the good news number one, what we could do about it. Bad love choices, reason number two. Even when a situation is bad, some people stay in it because it's familiar. It feels like home. All right. So now in psychology, there is this theory called the imago theory, where it's in our subconscious, we feel the most intense and instant attraction to people who remind us of the things, the unfinished business, the things that the issues that we were not able to resolve in our families of origin, in our own homes. Okay, which is why I always tell my coaches, and I'm telling you guys now, please do not trust that instant attraction or that spark, that super intense feeling without, you don't know this person yet, but there's this super intense feeling of, this is my soulmate. Oh, we're going to be together forever. I'm already imagining our future kids. Okay. So the reason for that is, number one, you really don't know this person yet. And number two, this is what could be at work. And some people would still stay in bad situations because, like I said, it reminds them of home. So I'm not saying that if you came from a family with issues and challenges and problems, because all families have issues and problems and challenges, but you need to become aware that when you don't have to stay in that same situation. I think there's a quote that I came across before. If you are not growing, if you're in a situation that is not healthy for you can move. You are not a tree. You are a human being. You can actually move away from that situation. So the good news is this: when you do become aware of your automatic reaction, so this includes the spark, the intense attraction, those feelings of we just met, and okay, oh my gosh, this is from Frozen, right? It's just, we just met but we're finishing each other's sandwiches. Okay, that is not healthy. Okay, because that is an automatic reaction. You are not really feeling these intense emotions for this person in front of you. You're actually feeling these emotions because they were triggered, because something about that person reminds you of your family of origin, and most likely it will remind you of those things that were not so ideal, because our brains are not designed to make us happy. Okay, we need to accept this. Our brains are not designed to make us happy. Our brains are designed to help us survive. So when our brains, including our subconscious, they recognize, oh, this looks like the issue that we were not able to resolve before. Ding, 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 ding. It feels like spark. It feels like chemistry. I'm falling in love. But what's happening is your brain is telling you, is no, your brain knows that you need to grow from this situation. You need to learn from this situation, because it's something that you weren't empowered back then when you were a kid and you were experiencing these situations as a child. So it's not going to, that relationship is not going to make you happy. That relationship is going, if you were more aware, it could help you grow, but it's not going to work anyway if you don't have more awareness. So when you become more aware of your automatic reactions, and a lot of times this only happens when you have professional help or professional guidance, or you're super introspective and you're taking courses and classes on this. But when you become aware of these automatic reactions, then you can stop these automatic reactions. It's like, oh my gosh, I have these intense feelings for this person. Okay, stop. I don't even know this person. And you can choose new and better reactions. Okay, so the better reaction could be, the old reaction could be, oh my gosh, this is destiny. We are soulmates. We are going to be together forever. Okay, and I'm going to cling to this person, and we're going to live happily ever after. No, the better chosen reaction would be, okay, I'm feeling these feelings. I feel attraction, but that doesn't mean we're supposed to be together. I need to understand why these feelings are happening, and I need to get to know this person. So that is a better reaction, right? Okay, so you have you can be super empowered about these things, especially when you understand the reason. Okay, so that was reason number two. When a situation is bad, but it feels like home, it feels familiar, we have a tendency to stay, and we have this tendency to also gravitate towards people who recreate these situations, even though they were really bad situations from our childhood. But when we are aware of our automatic reactions, we can stop them and choose better ones. Okay, now we go to bad love choices. Reason number three: we go into relationships because we are lonely, not because we are ready. So if you've seen the thumbnail of this episode of Fall in Love Friday live on YouTube, you might have encountered that series that is currently at this point in time streaming on Netflix. This is a sample of a woman who was lonely, whose self esteem really took a hit. Okay, so she just came out of a gaslighting relationship, a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, and all of a sudden there's this person giving her attention and really intense attention. So we have a tendency to do that, and you know, it's human nature to want to feel validated, to want to feel affirmed. But especially when we know that we are not in a good place yet, when we are lonely, when we are reeling from having taken a beating to our self-esteem, that is not the time to invest our emotions in another situation, in another relationship. So that is one reason why we make these bad love choices, you know. So that's a third reason, because we cling to this it feels like a lifesaver, like a you know, that floating thing, a life buoy, okay. So it feels like something that's saving us, but if we still haven't processed the lessons of what we should have learned from the previous relationship, or our self-esteem is not is really in tatters or really broken, then we need to give ourselves the love that we need first before we go into a relationship again, because we should go into a relationship when we are ready, not when we are lonely. Okay. So the good news is this: you can learn to give yourself the love you need. It's not about, you know, not needing anyone, but what this simply means is that a relationship is a bonus, and it's an amazing, wonderful bonus to have in life. But if you are unable to give yourself the love that you need first, the healing that you need, the recovery that you need, the love that you need, then you are not going to be aware enough to recognize healthy love when it comes along. Okay, and we're going to cling to, you know, scraps and pieces of love that other people are throwing on the sidewalk or at us. So it's actually our responsibility throughout life to learn how to fill our own love tank. And this is the good news: you can learn to give yourself the love that you need, so that when you do go into a relationship, it's not like the make or break of your self-esteem. You're not going to cling to it for dear life because it's now your new identity. No, you build yourself, you build your own identity, and you give yourself the love that you need. All right, so now we are in bad love choices. Reason number 4: we can feel bonded to the wrong people when we've shared intimate moments with them. Okay, so this is something that's also related to our thumbnail for this Fall in Love Friday live stream episode. That is a classic example when we make bad choices for partners, and you know, it happens. We can make bad choices. We can make bad relationship choices, but it only becomes toxic and really debilitating to us when we don't learn from these mistakes, when we don't correct our mistakes. And the problem is when we do share really intimate moments, like physically intimate moments with someone, especially when that partner is not the right partner for us, we have this there's this biological situation that's happening where there's a release of oxytocin. So in all our bonding moments, cuddling, of course, especially full blown physical intimacy. And the problem there, major problem there, is that when we see this person again, uh, even though we know in our hearts and in our heads that this person is so bad for our emotional well-being, our bodies will still feel that we are bonded to this person. This person is the one. This person is, I cannot shake off this attraction, this connection with this person. So we feel like a connection with this person. And because the chemicals running through our bloodstream is telling us that we are connected to this person. That's what happens when we engage in physical intimacy with the wrong people. So you could be You could be face to face with a serial killer and still feel bonded towards that person because you shared physically intimate moments with that person. So, but there's a good news, okay? The bonding effects of oxytocin in our bloodstream will wear off when you have at least 6 months of physically staying away from that person. At least 6 months. Okay. So it's like so that you're sure that you're going to make really sane and logical relationship choices afterwards. You really need to like stay away physically from this person, not touch them, not be you can communicate via messages, but not be in the same room together, not be physically in each other's presence. Okay. And then the bonding effects will wear off. And that's when you can make better relationship decisions. So it's like a 6 month hangover. Okay. So please make better choices. So you do not want a 6 month hangover. Okay. So there. And last but not least, bad love choices. Reason number 5, we don't have a clear idea yet of what a healthy and loving relationship looks and feels like, which is why, we go with the flow. It's like, oh, it's this guy is there, this girl is here. Let's see how it goes. But because you don't know what a healthy and loving relationship looks like, feels like, should be like, then we are doing ourselves a disservice. We have to figure things out first. It's like choosing your major in college. You do not just go into, okay, whatever university is there, and then whatever major is there, I'm going to go through with it. No. If you don't want to waste time, money, effort, and heartbreak and all of these other things, and when it comes to relationships, you should have a much clearer idea than what you have now. If you have a clear idea, then great. If you don't, then please do take the time to have that clear idea. And how do you do that? Good news, because even if you come from a family situation that did not show you what a healthy, loving relationship looks like, we still have these other options. So you can surround yourself with living examples of healthy love. So you can be friends with couples who are not toxic, okay? Couples who are really considerate of each other, really in love with each other, and maybe your grandma and grandpa. So surround yourself with examples of this, and even social media. Please do not. Okay, if you keep exposing yourself to messages that, oh, everyone cheats, oh, all relationships are going downhill, no one stays together anymore, that is so not true. Check the media that you're exposing yourself to. So whether it's social media, the groups that you're in, the memes that you expose yourself to, or the series or the movies and other stuff, the other stories that you expose yourself to, you can actually choose better love stories, and they will be just as realistic as the ones that you're exposing yourself to now. And when you surround yourself with these living good examples of healthy love, start by growing a healthy relationship with yourself. So that is how you start making better choices and start moving away from bad love choices. They still happen, and you will still make mistakes, but life is long enough for you to get up, dust yourself off, and learn how to correct your mistakes. So, in this episode of Fall in Love Friday, we talked about the 5 common reasons we make not so good relationship choices and what we can do about them. And this was in response to the issue that has been popping up in my inbox recently. Why do we make bad choices in love? So, I hope that you have been enriched by this episode. And yes, please do share this video with other people, and please do help us grow this channel. Please subscribe, share this channel with others, because we want to reach more people and share these love lessons with them. So Fall in Love Friday goes live on YouTube every Friday at 9 p.m. Manila time. So that's UTC +8 or GMT +8. So please do come back here again for our next episode. But more importantly, please take the love lessons that you learned tonight in this episode and use them to create more love in your life. Oh, there's another comment. Okay, so before I go, there's an insightful comment from Jason Louise. Sometimes the relationship is purely based on attraction, lacking friendship. That is so true. That is, I think that has to do with we go into, okay, let me look at my reasons here. Okay. We go into a relationship because we're lonely and not because we're ready. So thank you so much for that insight, Jason Luis. And I'm so happy that you are here, Jason Luis. So thank you for being here. Jay, thank and at the Becca and everyone who's here. Maybe you are not active in the comments, but I know you're there. I can see you. Okay. I can sort of see you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching this replay, thank you so much for investing in your learning. Please do use these love lessons to create more love in your life. And I'll see you guys again next Friday. Bye, everyone.